Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and pleased to be, it's Debsy. Bloop, bloop, that's me, boop, Debsy. Hey guys, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a great day, had a great day, and is having a great week. You did not get a video from me yesterday just because, I don't know, I was a little tired. I'm a little tired tonight for some reason. So I didn't make a video yesterday. However, I'm here today. I'm also going to let you know, you're going to be seeing me in headbands at least until the 12th. And that is because, see that? I have to get my roots done. My gray is coming in. So I am going to be sporting these just to cover this up. Tonight I'm drinking some sleepy time tea, as I have been for the last week or so around nighttime. Just as I said, I'm a little sleepy. I'm like drinking sleepy time tea. So last night I watched The Bachelor, and we are going to talk about that. We're going to do a little recap, a little rant. Okay, so this week was the same as last week. There were 2 group dates. There was a one-on-one date. And we found out, apparently, listen, according to Maria, apparently everything is okay between her and Sydney. But we'll find out about that much later, because everything is not copacetic with them. Okay, so the date card shows up for the first date. It's a group date. And in that date, it is Edwina, Kelsey A, Lexi, Medina, Allison, Leah, and finally the besties, Sydney and Maria. They show up at a theater and they find out that they're going to be competing in a pageant known as Mrs. Right. Corny. They have one every year almost. Corny. And who are the guest judges? Well, the guest judges are none other than the Askin ladies, April, Susan, Kathy, and Nancy from The Golden Bachelor. So they are there to help Joey pick a winner. There are going to be 3 categories. There is Lazy Sunday Chill Fit. It's what you would wear when you're laying around the house, just chilling with some Netflix. There is a Q&A, and there's a talent competition. Listen, I went to the bathroom, so I missed the Chill Fit and the Q&A, and I didn't feel like going through and rewatching it. But from what it looks like, I don't know that any of the fits that the women were wearing was anything that I would be wearing on a Sunday around the house, because a Sunday around the house would mean like pajamas or, I don't know, super baggy sweats, not anything they were wearing. The Q&A, it seems like, I did see a little bit of this. He was impressed with how Kelsey A had answered, I think. And then the talent, listen, listen, Linda. Let's start off with the good things. He was impressed by Edwina's song. Edwina's song was good. It was just an impromptu a cappella kind of song. Maria did a dance and she did some gymnastics. The gymnastics were good. Okay. So listen, at the start of this, Sydney proudly had said that she is a product of the pageant system. She's done pageants. She has a talent. She knows what she's going to do. It's going to blow everybody away. Oh, it blew people away, all right. She did pageants. Once again, she did pageants. Her talent was like a cheer that a first grader would make up. And nobody was impressed. Joey wasn't impressed. The Askin ladies weren't impressed. And the audience certainly was not impressed. Not even a little. And speaking of suspect talents, Lexi with the kissing, what is her talent? It's kissing. I will say though, I mean, It is a strategy, and it did help her because she was considered to be the winner. The reason why she was voted the winner is because Joey feels like she went out of her comfort zone. So there we go. The ladies, of course, weren't happy because she really didn't perform a talent. She just got up there and kissed. At the after party, Leah and Edwina both spoke out and were like, well, that's all she did. I mean, she put in minimum effort and got maximum reward. What the hell's that? And here comes Sydney. Sydney's like, well, listen, I agree, it really wasn't a talent, but she deserves it. That's my girl. Everybody is Sydney's girl. Except for Maria. So they're at the after party. And the one person that he does feel very strong about is Kelsey A. And I like Kelsey. There's something about her that I like. I have to say, this season, more than any other season, there's quite a few ladies that I'm thinking, like, I don't know. I like her. I kind of like her. Like, Daisy's my favorite. Daisy's my absolute favorite. I like Leah. I like Kelsey A. I like those ladies. I like Caitlin. So Maria talks to Joey, and she was saying that today was hard for her because she was out of her comfort zone. She got up there thinking that they were going to have to perform a talent. Meanwhile, so she gets up here, does this stupid dance, which Joey was like, it was not stupid. I enjoyed it a lot. And I'm up here performing this talent. Meanwhile, here comes Lexi. All she's doing is kissing. So to me, you're just validating that that's all you care about. And he was like, no, I appreciate you putting yourself out there and blah, 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 blah. And I was getting tired of it. So that's why I don't have a lot written about it, because she was getting on my nerves. Okay, Medina is given the chance to talk about her beef from the last episode, because Joey is like, listen, I feel like something is going on with you and you've been a little off. So Medina finally gives in and says, listen, I feel like I was being bullied about comments that I had made about feeling old, like my age. And he was like, who did you feel bullied by? And she would not say. She just did not say Maria. Joey then goes into the ladies, the room with the ladies, and says, listen, I heard that there's some drama. I am not a fan of this, and something about bullying. Okay, that's it. Okay, so the group date rose. We're all thinking, oh, it's probably going to go to Lexi since she won Mrs. Right. No, it went to Kelsey A, which, hooray. I was so happy for Kelsey A. I like her a lot. So Mrs. Right actually didn't win anything. She didn't win anything special. She just won a sash that says Mrs. Right. I wonder if she gets to keep that. So Joey then leaves. Immediately, Maria gets on the defensive and says, who said this? I mean, who mentioned my name? Medina says, well, it was me, but I didn't say your name. She is saying she feels like she felt bullied. And I kind of got a feeling like Maria was kind of gaslighting them a little bit. But to be completely honest with you, the person that took it to a point, like blew it really far out of proportion, was Sydney. I mean, Sydney's yelling and screaming about how she felt bullied. And the funniest thing was, seriously, Sydney starts yelling and screaming, then gets up, leaves, and I think she was probably expecting like other women to leave with her, and nobody left. They were all like, okay, see you, bye. Um, I really feel like I'm gonna say this, and this is gonna seem weird coming from me because I wasn't really a fan of Maria, but this whole episode, I grew more and more tired of Sydney, and I don't want to say Maria grew on me, but listen, as someone who had been bullied in the past mercilessly for my weight, I don't know. I don't know that was bullying. And Maria later on is obviously very upset that someone would say that she was bullying people because she says that she had been bullied and that's not what she was doing. So don't take this as me being like, I love Maria, but I'm going to tell you this week, I might have to be on the side of Maria. I'm just saying. So back at the mansion, there's a one-on-one date card delivered. And who's it for? Well, it's for Jen. And it says, Jen, love is a wild ride. Woo! I like Jen too. After the one-on-one date, I like Jen too. So the next day, ladies are sitting around. Some of them are talking. I think one of them is Edwina. But some of them are talking and they think Sydney's blowing things out of proportion. They don't think that Maria's a bully. They just think that she's very straightforward and she just tells you what she's thinking. Meanwhile, Maria and Medina talk it out. They're fine. They seem to get to a point where they are just fine. So the only person that is having a problem with this is Sydney. So the one-on-one, so Jen goes out on the one-on-one. They go to the beach and they surf. She's really nervous. She says she's really nervous about surfing, but he makes her feel so comfortable and relaxed that she feels like she can do it. And he says it feels very easy with Jen. He could see like him and her having kids and them going to the beach and surfing and spending the day there. That's so sweet. I loved seeing them together. And then the date night dinner, she opened up a little bit more about herself. And she had said that she had really never felt loved before because when she was growing up, her parents, her mom and dad fought like a lot. And so she kind of felt almost like she was lost and she wasn't worthy of love. Like she didn't deserve it. And she to this day doesn't have a relationship with her father. And Joey was just so understanding and so compassionate. Oh, it was so sweet. And then he's like, we're going to go outside. There's something outside. Well, I was thinking it was going to be the mandatory required, like, love song from a band that hardly nobody has ever heard of. But it wasn't. It was a drone show. And they played some Michael Bolton. Listen, I'm going to tell you, I thought that drone show was absolutely fantastic. I loved it. But I was thinking, they had that all queued up. What if he wasn't going to give her the rose? And then they just, what does the drone show say then? I mean, is it like, can I walk you out? Or what would that say? It would have to say, can I walk you out? They're ready. And I'm going to tell you, for the second week in a row, we are saddled with some Michael Bolton. I mean, it was a nice song, but they are really working the budget this year. I mean, they must have saved some money on the Golden Bachelor, is all I'm saying. And some of the other seasons of The Bachelor and Bachelorette. Because this season, they started the season with some Billie Eilish song. And last week they had Michael Bolton. This week they had Michael Bolton. They don't have fireworks. They have some drones. telling you what, Joey is blowing the budget this season. At the drone show, yeah, will you accept this rose? And what came up, I thought was cute because it said, will you? And then she's like, marry me? I mean, marry you? I guess it's too soon, but will you accept the rose? And she said yes. I have to tell you though, it didn't, I don't know that it seemed like she was that impressed with the drone show. I would have, if that, first of all, if I was seeing Joey, I would have shit my pants and then passed out, or I would, or I would have passed out and shit my pants. One of the two, or both of the two. And then when they revived me, I saw the drone show. I would shit my pants and passed out again. So, oh no, she didn't look that like that impressed, but I like them together. I really do. Okay, group date number 2. So the remaining ladies, Caitlin, Autumn, Rachel, Daisy, Kelsey T, Star, Jess, and Evelyn. They are going to be going to the tennis court because they're going to be taking part in the Bachelor Open. When they got there, they met tennis pros James Blake and Pam Shriver, who I don't want to say trained them, but put them through their paces a little bit. And then it was time for the Bachelor Open. The ladies dressed up in goofy outfits. I thought this was cute, actually. So it was Autumn and Daisy, they were the babies, versus Star and Rachel. They were hot dog and bun. And from that pairing, hot dog and bun won. And then it was Caitlin and Jess as Beehive. It was a bee and a hive. And then a Kelsey and Evelyn as lobster and butter. So out of those two, lobster and butter won. So it was hot dog and bun versus lobster and butter. And a lobster and butter came out the winner. I don't think they didn't get anything special. They got a cup and they got to say they won. So that was cute. I thought that was cute. The after party, Caitlin finally got to talk to him. He likes Caitlin. He likes Caitlin a lot. And she had said that that her family has a curse. The ladies in the family have a curse because every lady in the family is single and they're relying on Caitlin to break the curse. I thought that was sweet. But he said, well, you really do come from a family full of strong, independent women who maybe feel they don't need a man to be validated. Amen, Joey, and amen to Caitlin's family. Because listen, if you're a woman, it's nice to have a man, but you don't have to have a man to be validated. You don't have to be married or have a husband. You don't have to be married, have a husband, have a fiance, have a boyfriend, whatever. You can be just as strong and just as great even if you don't have a man. So hooray to that and amen to that. He also really likes Rachel. Now, he was talking to her and her earring got stuck on his sweater. Was I the only person who was thinking, well, he could just take his sweater off? Why doesn't he just take his sweater off? I'm just saying that could have happened. I like Rachel too. And then, but my favorite, he was talking to Daisy, and she took her cochlear implant out and she let him feel it, and then he put it back in. I'm gonna tell you, I really like all the other ladies, but when he just talks to Daisy and they kiss, my heart just soars. Like my heart soars. It like up there whenever he's with Daisy. I just love them together. So who gets the group rose? The group rose goes to Caitlin. I'm not mad at that. I'm not at all. I like Caitlin. Caitlin is kind of different. I like her. Okay, so back at the mansion. Sydney's talking to, I don't know who, but Sydney's talking to one of the ladies. It says, listen, I plan on bringing up what Maria did to Joey because Maria's a mean girl. And and I'm going to make sure he knows about this. Listen, Linda, listen, Sydney. We know what you're doing. You're bringing this up, but you're going to bring this up because you want to get Maria out of there because you're insecure. This is why. Medina is fine with is fine with Maria. So you're bringing this up as a way to cause some drama and get her off. That's why. Because you're insecure. So Jesse comes by and he's like, ladies, I hate to tell you, there's not going to be a cocktail party. Everybody's like, son of a bitch, what the hell? I need to find some time to talk to him. He's like, because there's going to be a pool party. Go outside because there's KFC. I have never seen people flip out so much about KFC. KFC, oh my God, guys. There was everything that you could ever get at KFC out there. It was great product placement. They had all the chicken, mac and cheese, biscuits, mashed potatoes probably, all over the place. They had those big giant floaties that were like of the Colonel, so you could sit in the Colonel's lap while you ate chicken in the pool. And then right after, wasn't the commercial right after that, KFC. So great product placement, KFC. The ladies were going nuts over it. Like they haven't had KFC in centuries. Sydney grabs Joey and talks to him. And she basically had said, listen, Maria, after you left, Maria attacked Medina, and then she attacked me. And she called me embarrassing and weird and dumb. And I feel like I'm being bullied. And I don't appreciate this. She's a mean girl and I'm being bullied. He's like, oh, I need to hear the whole story on this. So he then goes and pulls Maria and talks to Maria. Maria says, this is not what happened. And I wasn't bullying anybody. I wanted to clear my name, and I have not been bullying. I have not been bullying anybody. I have been bullied in my life, and that is not what I am doing. She got very emotional. So here's Joey, and he's all confused. And Maria says, listen, if you like Sydney, then you can't really like me because I don't do that. That's what Sydney is doing right now. And Maria says, well, why? Joey's like, well, I'm confused. And Maria says, well, did you ask her any follow-up questions? He's like, no, I didn't. And he says off camera, I should have. He really should have, because when Sydney said that, he was like, I trust what Sydney would say. How much time has he talked to Sydney, though? I mean, it seems like he spent a lot of time, I don't want to say a lot of time, but maybe more time talking to Maria. So once again, listen, I'm not the biggest fan of Maria at all, but this is Sydney blowing shit out of proportion because she's insecure and she needs to get rid of Maria. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Meanwhile, here is more drama that is taking time away from women who have not gotten to talk to him and want to talk to him. And they can't. If I was one of the ladies that didn't get a chance to talk to him, I would be pissed. I would be pissed at Sydney. Meanwhile, Sydney comes over and she's like, well, listen, I feel terrible that ladies are not getting to talk to him. All I'm really trying to do is squash this thing. Are you really? Are you? If you were trying to squash this, then you would go to Maria and you would try and talk it out with her, hash it out and squash the beef. Mark my words. That's exactly what she's doing. Everybody knows that's what she's doing. So, And then, oh, and then doesn't Maria, and then in confessional, isn't Sydney saying, what does Maria want from me? What does she want from me? She just wants you to keep her name out of your mouth. She doesn't want you going around spreading some bullshit about her. That's it. It's not that difficult to understand. So the rose ceremony. Going in, we have Jen, Caitlin, and Kelsey A. They all have roses. So who is going to get a rose? Okay. First up is Lexi, then Leah, Kelsey T, Rachel. Now at this point, I'm like, where the hell is Daisy? Daisy's not middle of the pack. Medina, and then I have, where's Daisy? Next up was Daisy. So there we go. I knew she was going to get one, but I was like, why is she so far down? Jess was a non-factor this week. I don't know how much of a villain she is. Maybe we were all misled. Jess is fading into the paperwork, into the paperwork. She's fading into the background. Edwina, Autumn, Allison, Maria. Who's gonna get the last one? Listen, we all know who's gonna get the last one. It's Sydney. Sydney got the last one. Here's the reason why. I don't know this for certain, but I could only imagine that the producers probably go to him and are like, listen, we need some drama, so you're gonna pick Sydney. That's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong. I probably am, but it would make sense. So the ladies that are out, listen, one of them, I didn't get their name. Evelyn is out, Star is out, and then question mark. I have no idea who the other one was. If you do, let me know. So that was this week's episode. Tell me what you think, what you thought of it. And with that being said, if nobody, why can't I think of it? If nobody told you yet today, I love you. You're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put love, kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, positivity, and understanding out there. Please take care of one another. Also, I say it all the time, please do two things. Number one, please be aware of your surroundings at all time. Like that. And number two, please stay safe no matter where you're at. I love you guys. You may or may not see a video from me tomorrow. So, I don't know. I'm thinking of making a video on my reaction to the news from Great Britain. I might do an opinion piece, maybe. Okay, so I will see you guys tomorrow, possibly, definitely on Thursday, but I love you guys, and I will see you when I see you. Goodbye, guys. Have a good night. Bye, guys. Love you.